Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're live now. Yeah, I think we're live. Let me adjust some levels a little bit. Okay. Yes, we should be live now. It seems YouTube has clarified that for me. So, hello y'all who are watching, most likely in VODs. Hope you're doing well today. Big surprise, guys. We're doing another C stream today. We're doing some more C. You gotta love it. I can't get enough C, man. As I mentioned last stream, most of the work I'm doing for that Radio Rush game is largely just going to be a lot of asset stuff. And as much as pixel art, it's not a bad thing to do on stream. I'd rather keep my streams more code focused. So today, I think we're just going to do some more C. And besides, the Ascii engine thing is kind of super fun. So it's kind of a nice little treat to myself to work on that after doing some deving on the game. So before we do that, I'm going to put on a CD and we're just going to get started. I believe I have a chill VGM mix that we'll be using. Thank you very much. And then we're going to start doing some development. Last stream, we actually got quite a bit implemented. So, but it was untested. So today we're just we built the infrastructure. Now we're gonna try driving on it. And hopefully the bridge supports us. And if not, we're gonna have a fun day trying to understand just exactly why the bridge collapsed while I started driving halfway through it in my Nissan. I don't have a Nissan. What's going on, Zero? Rendering some C and ASCII, yeah. That's the day, that's the goal today. Alright. And while that prepares to load, let's prepare our workspace. How you doing today, Zero? Hopefully you're doing good. Okay, cool. Good to go here. I'm gonna put the CD player to the side a little bit. Cool. We're gonna go to the main file, and this is where we're gonna be doing stuff. So, I think I even started doing some of this stuff last stream. So we began getting this FD. We started building the object that's going to be rendered. So we have this FD standard object set shader. Yep. We passed in this. What is H data? What are we talking about? Oh, that's ampersand. I'm having a good day. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad you're having a good day, dude. Having a pretty good day today as well. Yeah, I saw you're thinking about learning some Java. And you're also working on your own language too, so that's a whole... You're going through a lot, man. Hey, it's good to see you, Syndicate. Glad to see you. Hopefully you're doing well today. I remember last stream you're a bit inebriated, so hopefully you're doing well. Hydrated, recovered, in your element, unbothered. Okay, so we set the shader here. So I think the last thing we need to do is actually just set camera. We have to check some stuff. Not too bad. That's good to see. That's good to hear. What are we doing? Where are we? Session data. That's probably... Oh, come on. Yes, edit anyways. I don't know how to, do I have to actually get rid of the swap? Doing any singing? Did some art today for the first time in a long time. Let's go! Let's go. I'm glad to hear that. Also, we did mention that we're gonna watch one of your videos on at some point. So you have to recommend one of your karaoke vids. Object transform. Man, I've been really wanting to get back into doing some art as well, like illustrations and whatnot. Hey, what's going on, Mohit? Or Mohit? Hope you're doing well. This is C. Yeah, we're working in C right now, this 62. Yeah, I'm programming an Ascii rendering system. And we actually programmed, I think, most of it yesterday. So we're going to give it a try today. I'm just trying to remember what functions. I know I have a set camera function here somewhere. Yes, set display happens here. Do I do this anywhere in main? No, we do this. That's for the image. Which, by the way, we need to actually do some stuff. Actually, no, we set image here. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have to do the initialization, if you will. And I'm actually going to move this over here. So we have to set our target display size, which I think we're going to do like 100 by 32. Doesn't sound too bad for me. And that should initialize the camera and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Set display, color buffer. No, we have to actually create the camera itself. Or I guess the camera is technically already created, we just have to set the position. Yeah, static as camera. Do I just set the value directly every single time, or do I make a function? I don't know. I had to make a new word today to say we will win. Oh, how do you say it in your language? Too much on the booze, but just straight singing? Yeah, I was singing to myself in my apartment earlier. Let's go! Yeah, I actually want to get... I've been thinking more about getting better, or trying to learn how to sing. There's this girl who does like these singing warm-up videos. She's very pleasant. I did that for a while. Outside of that, no idea. Plus, like, it seems more practical to practice that. Like, if I want to practice my trombone, I have to have it with me, this big instrument, I have to assemble it, and then I have to find a place to play that lets me spit on the ground. But you can practice singing anywhere, dude. It feels like a bunch of, there's so much time and places where I can just be grinding my singing stats. Yeah, so we're going to do S camera dot position. I think we're just going to do that. You know, we're going to keep it static. We're not going to do any sinusoidal function stuff. We're just going to straight up just set cam. Heck, it doesn't really matter too much, but... I'm going to be singing like mermaid song next time I go to karaoke. Very silly and fun. That sounds fun. What's going on, Mark Heath? Hope you're doing well, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. 100%, man. 100%. Thanks for the encouragement, and hope for the best in your endeavors as well, my friend. this 622, try it. Const int equals 68, int pointer b equals address of a, and then pointer b plus plus. Wait, what? Why? Yeah, I think I'm not going to do that. I mean, it looks benign, but still, I'm not going to just I'll run scripts people comment in chat. If I get into the habit of doing that, someday, at some point, someone's going to paste in some simple thing that's going to install a worm on my machine or something, and then I have to take my computer to the vet and get it dewormed or something. I don't know. Okay, position. I'm gonna skip this track. So we're gonna set the camera at. Actually, I want to do a Z depth of like. I think we're gonna do Z positives forward and then Z negatives back. So we're gonna do like -10. And after that, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff. We're gonna iterate on not this, but instead s_display. Actually, we're gonna do height actually, because we're gonna iterate on that. And then the inner one is gonna be width. So iterate in this range. We're not going to do any of this. Instead, get rid of everything here. I still want to print the color though. That's kind of important. And we still need to set color as well. Oh, that happens in that function. Perfect. So what are we going to do? We're going to do... We have a ray test camera. Perfect. Oh, I actually don't need to do this loop because we just have this ray test. Oh, we're gonna have to do it, but it's gonna be for different, a different thing. So we do the ray test. This populates our color buffer. So let's actually describe what this is doing as well. I don't know. I don't know how I want to describe this because it's not actually shooting rays, but you can think about it like that. Yeah, practice safe internet, kids. Yeah, guys, that's why I only randomly copy and paste code from random Dropbox links I find on the internet from strangers, instead of pasting code from other strangers on this. Safety, kids. Hey, what's going on, Cody Flowers? How you doing today? A pause before kids always ends horribly. What are you saying? I mean, I meant to use a colon at first, but got lazy. Where'd I go wrong with the comma? Yeah, we're working in C, Cody Flower. Some just beautiful, pure C. Not Holy C, but C nonetheless. So yes, inferior, but still better than Cool. I love C. Let's go, Kodu Flower. Let's go, Kodu Flower. A fellow C enjoyer. Lovely. I want to talk about how the pause Cozy made when we talked about how pleasant the vocal teacher was. Did I pause? She was just very pleasant. Like, she's very... She has, like, this one video where she's... let me find it. She's, like, has boxing gloves on. Like, we're gonna be fighting. Let me find it. Where is it? Where is she? Yeah, this girl. Yeah, so she has like a... Oh, is my... It's too zoomed in. Oh, it doesn't show the channel. Well, that's unfortunate. I want to just go to her channel. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. 10-minute daily vocal workout. With subtitles. Oh, you like her too, Syndicate? Yeah, she's great. She's very great. Yeah, I'm not a guy who likes doing warm-ups for any of my musical stuff. Like, not for trombone, not for guitar. But yeah, her warm-ups are fun. I'd enjoy doing them. Okay, so we build our object. We do the race test camera, which means we're going to have a final result, which means we go through here, and now instead of sampling this image, we're instead going to be printing out the resultant color value of, oh, it has to be in 255, isn't it? So there's no point in like normalizing the color values, because I'm still going to have to multiply it by 255. Oh, whatever. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I have the function is just called like color buffer, and then I provide X and Y. Let's see how right I am. Get index. Whoopsie. That was my second guess. So we get the index, and then we use that to get the color from our color buffer, which it better be called that. Right? Is it called color buffer? Don't lie to me. S under color. Yep. I'm great. I'm good. Okay, cool. So we get the color, and then finally I can just provide these values here. I'm gonna have to do something stupid though. I'm gonna have to actually convert them back to 255, like so, which is tragic, but what can you do? Okay, so we do the printing, and then yeah, we no longer have to draw a buffer. That's not a thing we do. Cool. So if we were to do, I don't know, a little build, it works. Okay, can we run it? And segmentation, floating point exception, core dumped, beautiful. Okay, so let's see where things went wrong. Not GDP, GDB. Okay, run. Yes. Okay. So it's happening at 182 at session data.h. 182. So here somewhere. Arithmetic exception in raycast. So what's going on here? Candidate scale.h. Oh, do we not set the... it's a division by 0 issue, isn't it? Yeah, it's a division by 0 thing. Let me catch up in chat real quick. I want Cozy clips. Do I need to get Cozy clips? What's happening here? I want to watch Cozy's reactions to what? Watch Syndicate while you're on YouTube. Wait, what's going on? Did I miss something? I'm still considering which one to suggest. I also gave up on the conventional naming schemes a while ago. Oh yeah, the clip. Yeah. Still, send me the video or the title or whatever, and I'll watch it. Kodu flower. Oh, the segmentation fault. Oh, what's going on? Because the color variables are between 0 and 1. That wouldn't throw a segmentation fault. I think the issue is I'm doing a division by 0, and it's throwing because of that, I'm assuming. So, and it's because I didn't initialize, like if you look over here, the denominator is candidate scale, but if you look over in where I create the object, you're gonna find something really cool. I request the object, but then I proceed to not populate it with any information. So we should probably do that. Which is what we're going to do right now. So scale is 0, and that's what's causing the issue. Okay. Let's think about this. How are we going to do this? We're going to do... Or I think it's position, because I treat it like just like an object, yeah. O equals... Actually, we're not going to do bracket. We made a whole function for this, because we're good boys. So we have that, and then we have scale. Yeah, position scale. We're not using that. Yeah, position scale. Okay, cool. We're treating it like its own object. Cool. So we set the scale to 111 on all dimensions. Cool. Quit. Yes. We're going to build, task out, and still another segmentation core dump. Okay, cool. GDB, task out, run, yes. Same place. Seg fault. At the same line, 182. So I guess it's not a division by 0 thing. Oh, you know what? We need to ignore dead values. Values that are not actually reserved. That's another thing too. Yeah. We need to do that. Okay, hopefully that's easy to do. It's happening, what, 182? Okay, cool, so we iterate. Seg vault again, yep. The beauty of segmentation faults. Get on Syndicate's channel, ma'am. Get Rickrolled. Oh no, not Rickroll. That's why. Maybe you can initialize the variable and then add before doing anything else. Yeah, GDB is a great debugger for this kind of stuff. Also, what's going on? Fear LSA88. What you got going on here? Just writing some Ascii rendering in C. I'm making a game. The goal is going to be making a game. And to make the game, we're going to need to make an engine. And for this engine, we need to have some basic... I want to have Ascii rendering. So we're going to do like full software rendering. And not even do a graphics library or anything like that, or a graphics API. So we're just going to render to the terminal directly. So we got the mechanisms of doing that work in like the past 2 or 3 streams, And now we're actually making this whole architecture for like shaders and ray tests and cameras and stuff like that. So that's pretty good, pretty fun so far. So if, I don't know, so we got that going on. I'm assuming there's like a is alive or is reserved. Is reserved is what I used. We're gonna have to have like two things, an is alive and is reserved bool, I imagine, eventually. But for now, this is fine. Yeah, cool. Let's see if this changes anything. Oh my goodness, I can't type. Seg fault, yep. And it's gonna be in the same place, I imagine. So we're gonna just have to debug some values. I'm gonna have to just print it out and see what's going on. So we tested. We're doing the whole rejecting not alive values. That's going on. So at 182, huh? This is 182. Oh, 189. Yeah, here when we calculate the UV, something is not going right here. Candidate scale XY. Do we not set candidate scale? Or I guess we have to do a check to see if we encountered anything. Maybe that's what's going on here. So if, yeah, we don't have a thing to catch if there's no positive hits. Beautiful. Okay. Or actually, we still have to return a ray hit result, but we could just fill it with dummy data. Yeah, I was covering this case by just returning this, but it doesn't prevent negative computation or incorrect computations here. So I guess we could just do an explicit bad result thing. Okay, undeclared. Okay. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Okay. Okay, different 202. Wait. Okay, this is the same. It's because it's moved around, but it's still the same place. So, okay, we covered the case of, like, no object found, right? In this case, an object has indeed been found. So I'm assuming this is still 0 somehow. Let's go back to main. Did I assign everything correctly? And we set the position for the object, the scale. They're all non-zero, so that should be good. And then, yeah, this is all shader information stuff, rendering stuff. That's not pertinent. This is the only thing that's really pertinent. Interesting, interesting. Yes, quite interesting. Alright, we're just gonna hit that printf bomb and just see what goes wrong here. What was it, 202? Was it? Let's see, these should be all floats. Okay, percent f minus percent f divided by percent f times 2. We're gonna just do x right now. Actually, there's only like really just 2 values because we repeat the candidate scale twice. So let's just find out. Let's see where things have gone awry. Okay, so we found it. 0, 0, 0. So it is a divide by 0 issue, which means that by this point, either we're not filtering out unreserved values, I'm pretty sure in Z, ints kind of, you can do a conditional operator on ints, but let's just be extra secure about how and why. Let's also figure out what index this is going wrong. Percent D. No. I went all the way there just for you to do this to me. How could you? What is it? Closest object, I believe, is the index. Yeah. It's happening at, wait, I equals -1. So no, we're still getting to this. Huh? Oh, we don't return. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't do the return. So our first guess was correct. It's just that we didn't do the return. Okay. So it's rendering now, the buffer. But nothing's being encountered, so I don't know what's going on. Let me catch up on chat real quick. How did this project start? It's been a thought in my brain. I've done a couple of different engine projects before, but this has been one of the ideas I've had. I think some of my earliest engine projects have been like ASCII based games. But I really want to see if I can fuse the things I like about working with shaders with this ASCII presentation, so it's pretty good. Well, best of luck. I subscribed. Hope to see more of you in the future. God bless. God bless, dude. Thanks for popping in, man. Hope you have a good one. And sorry if I got back to you pretty late. I get a little bit focused. What system is it? This 62 too. I'm working on a Ubuntu machine. Syndicate's video? Sweet. I'll give it a look. There we go. So you're building a game engine that's way above me. I've been flirting with making a Slay the Spire roguelike with a lot more math and strategies in Unity. Skeleton now. That's pretty sick, Fear. If you're still here. If not, posthumously. That's still pretty sick, dude. All right, let's recommend. Let's watch this video. We're gonna do a reaction video, guys. Okay, do you want me to put you on the monitor where people can see you, or do you want me to just watch it to the side? I'm not sure how people feel about privacy. I guess it's online, so it's like not really. There's not an expectation for privacy. Your choice, Syndicate. Live cozy reaction. As I drink my cream soda. This is the closest vice I have. Everyone can watch? Okay, sweet. I'm gonna pause my CD. We're gonna give a listen. I'm probably not gonna listen to the whole thing, but let's just get a little bit of a sampling of your musical expertise. Alright, here we go. Live reaction time. This is the real life Syndicate. Oh my goodness. Hi, Syndicate. Hello, Syndicate. You're not a virtual face. That's just a mouth. You're an actual person. Okay. Feeling the beat. Okay, I need to put up. I can't hear too well. You have a very strong voice. This is actually really quite a, like, I can't, the recording quality is muffled, unfortunately, so I can't actually get the full assessment. But I quite like your vocal quality. Yeah, you'd super pair well with rock. A variety of different like genres. Dude, let's go, guys. Bro, by not saying you face, I thought the women below was cheer me, do Elaine's, you oughta know. If you link it, send it to me and I'll give it a peep. Let's go, guys. Snaps for Syndicate. Big snaps for Syndicate. Good stuff. And a like. Oh wait, look, you saw that? It does a music reaction. It knows you're doing music. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Big snaps. Big snaps for Syndicate. Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, I dig the vocal quality. I'm like thinking like, do you because you mentioned you do some professional singing too, right? Like you work for people. I'll keep this in the back of my mind. I sound terrible, but like, it's like I like, you know, there's people I know and they're cool and I'm friends with them, right? But it's sometimes like in the back of my mind, I also take inventory of what they do, so I can hit them up at some point, like a list or something. Yeah, singing is one of those things. It's like, it's not like if a person knows how to play trombone, right? Like they're kind of it's kind of weird. It's kind of interchangeable, right? Like as far as, you know, playing sheet music, I guess the only part that's not interchangeable is like skill. But usually, like it's conceptually like two master trombone players can like substitute each other in like an orchestra, right? But vocalists are very different. They have unique characteristics that you can't substitute. So you kind of end up have like this like almost like color, like different colors within a palette, right? Oh, that's the way I think about it. I can never get used to my voice. You can do it 0. Yeah, like Syndicate said. I'm actually not, I'm starting to, yeah, I'm going through that as well. Of like, getting used to my singing voice, but we'll see. So our object is not being, rendered. So I'm thinking because we have a scale of just like 1, 1. So I wonder if we scale it up larger, what it'll produce. And if we get any hits at all. That's also kind of important, right? So where we build our object, let's make the scale like, I don't know, 32 by 32. That sounds like a good idea. Here. Nope, still nothing. Oh, whoops, I did the thing. Okay, cool. So still nothing even with this scale, so let's try something. Let me go into our shader, and instead of doing any fun stuff with the UV, let's just straight up return just a color. Like, don't even sample the image or anything. We're just gonna return that. Color F standard. Data. Yeah, we go through the whole process just to produce that, but no, we're gonna return actually, how do I create color? 255. Am I returning a normalized or un? Yeah, I'm returning a norm. Maybe we'll just change that right now and just do things correctly instead of what we're doing. You're not happy. Why are you not happy? Oh, you're not happy because of that. Okay, so still. Interesting. Hey, what's going on, Kate? How you doing? What you doing? I'm working on a game engine Ascii renderer thing. I record me reading from books out loud for my channel too. It's just kind of fun practice, but I still have to get used to hearing myself and my own mannerisms. I didn't realize I had yeah, I had that too. I kind of hate editing my videos for that very reason, because it's like I start realizing the things I say a bunch, and once I hear it, it bothers me. Like, it's such a frequent thing that keeps popping up. Like, something I say a lot is, you know what I'm saying? Or I always say, right? Or, like, that's the two things I say a lot. Like, and it's super annoying when I'm editing. I hear it, I'm like, oh, did I really talk like that? Dang, people hear me like this? That's terrible. I also say, do you get what I'm saying a bunch? That's another thing I want to say a lot. Yeah, there's it's pretty gnarly. So we're setting background color too, right? So the one thing I am curious about right now is, are we actually hitting anything when we do our ray test hit? That's a consideration. That's kind of an important consideration, wouldn't you think? So let's do that. I'm not going to report. I'm not going to do Yeah, I'm not going to render the output of the color buffer, and instead we're just going to listen for any collisions there. You know what, I'm also going to add camera movement while we're at it. Might as well. So yeah, we have this whole input get. So if what am I doing? I could just do this. W. Actually, it should be plus, I think. I'm going to do left to right as well. So A is going to be X. Not F, we're going to do D. So, okay. Oh yeah, I didn't get rid of the rendering, did I? Yeah, we're still printing stuff out. I do want to print out the camera position while we're at it though. So we're gonna do, I don't know. %F, %F, %F. And then what do we do? X. I should really do a thing for this, but I'm afraid I'm too lazy. We'll do that at some point. Oh my goodness. How fast did I move the camera? Oh my goodness. It's supposed to be just +1, and we have frame delay stuff, so it shouldn't be that fast. Okay, we're gonna make this slower. We'll do like a I don't know, 0.1 or something. We don't have to do any delta time because we're doing a fixed update enforcement thing, so that actually makes things a bit easy. Ooh. What did I go wrong? Huh? 139 raycast camera test. What? Oh, here. Dude, what? What? What is going on? This is behaving really weird. We're referencing the correct components. That's left, that's right. Honestly, I should really, instead of doing input get every single time, I should just like have it set for the frame. Alright, let me catch up in chat real quick. My bad, y'all. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on here. Jay Looney, what's going on? I fell asleep last night and I missed if you checked out Effulgence RPG. Was it cool in the CRT? I have not checked it out, but you know what? Dude, Jay Looney, we're going to do it right now. If Steam does not crash my stream, because I remember that used to sometimes happen. So, let's just hope for the best, guys. At this point, like, we can't have a stream without a hard crash, right? What's going on here? Thank you, Syndicate, for the AI command. And thank you, Gopal. Appreciate it, man. For government bureaucracy, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Cool, Steam didn't break. Okay, so Effulgence RPG. Oh, that's like the terminal one, yeah. Yeah, I saw this before. I didn't recognize the name, but I've seen this before. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty rad. Totally not doing this though. Yeah, it looks pretty cool though. I like the way they do UI. But yeah. They use the ASCII aesthetics for stuff. But still very much like a graphics API that you're working with. Like it's just geometry based rendering. It really looks really freaking cool though. That does not discredit it at all. Look what's happening to Michael. They're killing Michael. They're killing Michael, man. Why would they do that to Michael? Yeah, it looks super cool. Super duper cool, dude. What exactly is this program for? Also, would switch statement work, or would it be too long, or look bad, or be hard to follow, or you need consecutive calls? No, I don't need consecutive calls. Switch statement would work. I'm just, I don't know. The code's just growing organically. So it started with just a single if statement, because that's all that was needed before. And instead of doing that, it was just easier to just yoink and then paste like this, right? So... But this is just rubber duck, or not rubber duck, duct tape code. But I guess if I'm going through the effort of starting to store this char, we could do a switch statement. Either way. Doesn't matter too much. Actually, if we do a switch statement, we might have to do a go-to statement. Because this one does a break on the outer loop that's happening here. So if we do a switch statement in here, we'd have to actually like... Instead of break, we'd have to use goto to escape the outer loop. So I guess there is a reason to use this. I didn't think about that, but hey, I'm totally gonna take credit for that. Unless there's some special way to like double break out of a current scope or case within a switch statement, but I mean, go-tos aren't bad. Right, we got input. We have these four. Put E and all this fun stuff. Cool. Yeah, I'm wondering why this is being so odd. This is sampling the time. Oh yeah, we don't actually do the enforcement of fixed update. We just iterate through a ton of stuff. Yeah, we have to do that. We have to actually do a proper fixed update thing. So it could just be the case that this is still iterating too fast. Weird. Why is this happening? Are we modifying just a copy? That'd be weird. I think we should be able to just... It'll be weird if I have to do this, but... Let's just see. We're working with, like, static memory. So it's like not updating, but then if I press E, it does do the quit. So I don't know what's going on. It's very strange. The only thing I think of is maybe something clearing the camera position, but I don't know. It seems weird. Modifying the correct stuff. Weird. What's going on, Shudo? How's it going, man? Oh yeah. You already answered that. I applied twice for the last 3 years. Visa residency extension. AI did a great job, by the way. I'm not gonna really comment too much about bureaucracy stuff. I think like the ideal, if like. Let's say, imagine a world where AI is ethically trained and everything, right? The place I'd want to use it is in things that is not enriching for for the human experience. So, like dealing with bureaucratic paperwork and stuff like that, I could totally see that as being a use case for it. That I'd be totally fine with. Yeah. But I don't know. It's not fun to talk about. What's going on, Drowsy? Hopefully you're doing well today. Yeah. Let's do something. In fact, I'm actually going to leave... Actually, no, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to go to here, call this old. And then we're going to do new. I'm also going to get rid of our screen clearing. I don't think it should be causing any issues, but why not? Let's be super consistent. Okay, let's actually use new lines now. That'd be a good idea. And in fact, let's not print this every single frame, but instead on the frames where input is received. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me check something. Terminal utils. I remember there's some functions that have to happen on... Or is this happening within... Yeah, input start. Input close. Yeah, no, this should be fine. Or are we doing input start? Or do we just not do it? No, we do input start right here at the very top. Or not the very top, but close to the top. Disable spacing, set display, camera, object. Yeah, there's like something weird going on. And again, even then, the value remains the same. So I don't even know what's going on here. It's static memory shadow. It shouldn't have to like use a pointer or anything. But maybe it's uninitialized, so it doesn't like that. In which case, you should probably actually initialize the value explicitly. No, we set the camera position. So no, that's not the case. Oh, you know what's interesting is that it's still showing 0 even though we set camera position to 0, 0, negative. That. Yeah, this is odd. Especially since there's a project I know I've used that, you know. And it's like not resetting the input value at all. Super strange. Are we closing like the input stream at all during this? I think after this inner loop, this whole like function is starting to grow in complexity, so I might want to break this up into like its own into its own function and deal with things there. But yeah, I'm finding this odd. Not going to lie. I guess something I could do real quick is just inspect that information here. Oh my goodness, I'm stupid. Why am I using ints? It's supposed to be floats. Why are we using ints? You were meant to be floats. Yep, that'll do it. I mean, it doesn't explain some of the other behavior we're seeing, but... Yeah, now we're seeing actual proper... Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this seems more... I mean, I don't know why we have this weird sticky key issue going on here. Yeah, the keys are not being reset after each frame. I think that's something I have to do, actually, every single update, explicitly. I think I do it in the other projects, it's just that I'm not using it through a function, I'm doing it through just manually setting the function there, but... Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I can't believe we had a float 3 that's just using ints, 3 ints. Let's go on first. I can see. Maybe I can see. Yes, we can see. He uses either CLine or Rider, not Visual Studio. Yeah, either CLine, Rider, or in today's case, we're just using Vim. Where there's a guy on a motorcycle. That's a different one, Emmanuel, but that's the one we're currently working on. I'm not doing streams on it very much lately because I'm less so doing programming for that game, and now I'm just doing a bunch of art assets, so not as interesting comparatively, I think. So yeah, so we're just gonna do this. But I'm gonna post an update soon onto the Discord with some of the new changes we've done. But yeah, classic, yeah. Yeah, you love to see it. I have to like check every other class now to see if that's what's happening, but we'll see. So let's go back to, we made this function for clearing inputs. Now we're going to do it after every single, at the end of each update cycle. And we should be good there. I'm going to get rid of this whole old and new printing stuff, and we're just going to do just printing of the camera position. And that's probably where some other things are failing, because we're like trying to treat a float as int. And I can not do this because that's dumb. And I'm going to try bringing back the printing stuff. Okay, that's probably not good for people and their eyes. Yeah, let's not do that. How about this? We do the camera position print after we have drawn the output. That sounds more reasonable to me. Okay, look at that. That makes more sense to me. So if I were to screw up, nope, nothing. Okay. Let's get some collision detection statistics, shall we? So we have raycast hits. I'm going to create a global variable called counts. And what we're going to do is set it's equal to 0, and then every single time we encounter something that's true, we're going to increment it. Well, it's actually for individual raycast. No, I'm going to do this in the actual camera ray test stuff, yeah. Here. And then every time it's positive, we're going to increment this. Was hit, continue. Otherwise, there was a hit, we're going to render it. And then within here, we can print out some statistics. Let's move it back to where it's relevant. Yep, right here. Okay. What's wrong? Why can't I declare a hits variable? Why are you mad at me? So we have our statistics. Are printed. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's no hits that are happening right now. So that means our little rate, quote unquote, rate test is not working. Or we're just not in the velocity of any, or vicinity of any objects. So that's also a potential component to this. Okay. Good to know. So let's revisit our little raycast thing and see if where it is all going wrong. Okay. Let me catch up in chat too while I'm at it. My bad, y'all. What's going on? Friend just messaged me something what I miss. She actually messaged me several things. I was gone for a while. It's all good, dude. Lady killer. Oh, that's true. It's very scandalous at this hour. Anyways. Where is things going wrong? What's going on, new boo? Welcome to the stream. Brother, I'm like, my eyes. This never happens, but I think I've been staring at the screen too much. I'm feeling something. Oh, maybe because I'm using glasses instead of contacts. Usually contacts are easier on my eyes than glasses. Okay, what are we doing? So we start with default values for these. We iterate through max objects. Cool. We check to see if it is reserved equals 0. If it is equal to 0, it means it's not reserved, which means we don't have to worry about it. It's not being used anywhere, so we continue on our way. Next, we check. I'm going to add a is alive field to this as well, but whatever. So we get its position, object position I, S object scale, yep. We do the min, so O position minus scale, plus scale for max, Y min is Y minus Y, O scale Y, Y plus Y for the max. So far, so good. We have the corners of our little box on the XY plane. Cool. Then we go, okay, if our position that we're doing an array test on is greater than X min, is less than max, is greater than min, and less than, I'm not going to say less than equal to or greater than equal to, we're just going to say less than. X less than is greater than min, X is less than max, Y is greater than min, Y is greater than, is less than max, So it's a point within the box. And hit point dot z is if hit point is 0, then this is never going to be less than that. So we have to set this to max, actually. Does C have a max value thing? I wonder. It should. It 100% sure. I just don't know what the name or the keyword for that is. Let's find out, shall we? No. Limits.h. So there's no convenient way of being like, hey, I just want the max value. Using int max. Decline. Limits.h. Is that a thing that just... Okay, it just does exist. What about float max? That's actually what I'm looking for. Does limits.h cover that? Rounds, eval, radix, infinity to positive infinity if exists. Okay, that's probably what I'm looking for, is infinity. So it's within float.h. Min exponent. There's epsilon, that's good to know. Min, oh, they have float max. That's probably what I'm looking for, FLT underscore max. And that's all within the convenient. Float, so we just add this into our standard stuff. What, float.h was it? And math.h. We have both those things. We should be good to go here. So I should just be able to do FLT max. That's what I'm guessing. So we actually have to modify or make a new function for our float 3s and have a max one. Maybe even have like a static allocation of it or something. I don't know. Actually, no, because we want to mutate the value. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. FLT max. Pretty sure that's what it is. So now we just do F3. Yeah. Okay, it's not recognized. Undeclared first use in this function. Is there a thing I need to include in the build? Float.h. No, I included float.h. You're a dirty liar if you think I'm not. I got float.h right here. What are you talking about? Oh, I just forgot to save. Invalid initializer. Well, you're a liar. I got a perfectly valid initializer right here. Oh wait, I'm supposed to do float 3 as a return type. What? Oh. There we go. A segmentation core dumped. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, it's just a straight up core dumped. So, let's find out where things are going wrong, shall we? Okay. What? Wait, what? Receive segmentation fault. Like at block 0 in question mark function. Gee, thanks, dude. That is so helpful. Aw, dude, I was stranded in the wilderness, but you know what? You provided me the guiding light. Oh my goodness, dude. Health, what's going on, dude? He's forklift certified. Yeah, Terrell's forklift certified. He's a certified Chad. He's attained what we all dream to have one day, but we'll never have. The mythical forklift certification. Okay. So, I actually don't know what to do from this. I don't know how or what has gone wrong here. So I can't really like. It's like I guess I'm done. I guess I'm got. Like, there's literally no shred of help here whatsoever. So yeah, that's fun. So, what could be the cause? What could be the cause here? I guess I should just like print F and then find out where things happen. We're not gonna add a break. We're gonna add like a. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be so stupid. Can we just initialize it at 0 explicitly? And we're just gonna do a printf, and it's gonna say, "Hey, I'm still alive at %d," and this will be s debug mark, and then we're just gonna print or increment it. Yeah, this is peak engineering, guys. Peak software engineering right here. And we're just gonna. I can just make this like lowercase or something. I don't know. We're just gonna mark where we survive. So mark there, mark here, mark there. Actually, that's probably not very interesting. So before the input get, it should be fine, but still, why not? We're gonna mark before raid test and after raid test. So this is like what? Actually, the way I did it is kind of bad because I can't tell when it's gonna tell me a number. I'm not gonna be sure what place this is happening at. So maybe I should actually number these. I don't know. I have no idea. We do the raid test camera. Okay, so we're still alive at 0, 1, 2, and then we don't get to 4 or 3, but the 4th mark. So we get to here, get to here, get to here, don't get to here. So cool, we're getting somewhere. So it's happening in there. So we can get rid of these marks. Goodbye, mark. And now we're going to go into the raid test camera function and see just where things go awry. So we're going to iterate. Iterate's going to be fine. Let's go to raid test. Cast. This one. So we're going to mark here, and then after the function call, so it's still alive, and actually it seems like it lives for a few frames, or maybe it's not, but it survives the raid test hit stuff here. Is this causing the... I doubt it, but... No, it's still having that segmentation fault. Okay, so it survives the ray hit itself. So we do the test here. So is it breaking down with the shader stuff? Okay, so it gets to here, but it doesn't get here. So it's throwing at this point here, where we do the whole shader, and we get the function, and we pass in this hit UV, and then this whole thing we're doing as object shader data hit reference. Yeah, okay, cool. We're getting somewhere now. We understand where things are going wrong. It's Ergodox, Christopher. Also good to see you again, man. Alexander Pirate, finally some good content. Let's go, man. See, this is how you know the algorithm's working. We get people with distinguished taste. People who see, like you, Alexander, who see some programming C, some C code that's not working right, and it's breaking in odd ways. And we go, yep, that's what I want. Not Subway Surfers. Oh my goodness. Okay, starting to get sleepy. Good night, Cozy, and thanks for playing my song. Of course. That was nice of you. Happy to collab on music stuff if you ever need me. Definitely will, Syndicate. And I'll probably peep your channel too and see what other songs you got going on. And see if I can get a better hearing of your voice. The recording does not do justice. My favorite content. Let's go, dude. What's going on, Moises Flores? I'm just started my coding journey, but I'm finally able to understand somewhat. Let's go, Christopher. You're getting there, man. You're getting there, dude. That's how it starts, just through osmosis. Dude, there's things coworkers were saying that I did not understand until like a year or 2 or 3 later. Or 5. It's just like a little drip feed. A little drip feed, you know what I'm saying? So, here, and then it crashes here. So let's try to clean this up a little bit. Wait a second. This is wrong. Objects. No, it's right. It's right. Objects.shader. We're getting the shader from the objects. Cool. So that's fine. Let's simplify this with object. I love that object isn't a keyword in this language. It's nice. It's fun. S.shader. We have this shader value that we got here. And then we pass in hit UV as well as the object shader data, which should be assigned here. We're using a shader value of 0, right? Yeah, this is assigned to 0. Or I guess I could just do E standard to be extra. Yeah, segmentation fault. Okay, things are going wrong here. So let's see what's going on with the data we're trying to access. And we're trying to derive a color result from here too. So something's going wrong here. Let me see if we're actually getting into our shader, which right now is this one. Like, I wonder if I get rid of this, or actually move it down here. Also, let's hit UV. Yeah, let me see if it's actually even getting into F standard. Oh, 1 second. Did we build the shader tables? That could be the issue. Let's see here. Set display, camera position, object. Yeah, I don't think we built the shader tables, now that I think about it. FG standard. Yeah, we have the shaders.build, but I actually don't do that, do I? That's probably what's going wrong. We're going to a function pointer that doesn't exist. Oh, it's working. It's working. Oh, something's happening at least. let's see if it's actually the correct something that's should be happening. Yeah, but you're not printing any of these colors, so that's a thing. We should also probably remove all the debug stuff we had here from testing. So no more mark. Marks are gone. Goodbye, mark. And any other printfs? Yeah, like this, for example. Yeah, no longer needed. So there's a 1,080 ray hits. Drops down a little bit. But I'm not seeing anything of value. Nothing's being drawn to the screen right now. Let's approach origin. And when I cross over here, it happens. Interesting. So we're hitting something and we're getting colors. Let me also do something. Let me get rid of the debug stuff we had here. Actually, no, we're going to keep it because I'm not sure if the things are working the way I want it to. Oh, wait a second. This is supposed to be normalized values, right? Because I did things a dumb way. Also, let me make sure color is actually it's backed by floats. Though I'm not even sure if I want to do that anymore. I think I might just make them actually just 256 values. Okay. This is something. So I think we have to go 32 pixels away before we start seeing also, it's like alternating. That's weird. So let's go back to main. Let's change our speed back to like, I don't know, a little bit faster than 0.01 for the camera. Make it 0.1. Now we're going blazingly fast. Oh? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh my goodness. That's weird because there means some intersections are not correct. So that's odd. So if we go outside 32, if you exceed 32, we should see the end of the object. Yep. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not failing. It's that we have our buffer too large. Let's make this be, I don't know, 50, 40 lines wide. And let's be really optimistic, actually. Let's bring back the actual true color rendering. We're not seeing colors. That's tragic. No colors. Not even a droplet of color. Yeah, hate to see it. Let me bring this back. I think it's something odd with my, yep. So this is, okay, so our object is correct. Oh. Did we just exceed a certain range? This is wrong though, because if it's a scale of 32, then we should have values, pixels being rendered at negative 32 and positive 32. But it's like going away. Oh, I guess, no, I think this is actually correct. Because once you get to 32, it's like, the object's gone. So let me lower the scale a little bit so we can actually see it. I'm going to increase the speed a bit more too. This is promising. Mark, this is good news. Good news. So we're going to do an object scale of like, let's say 16 instead. By 16. This is cool. Okay, the overflows. There's something weird happening at the overflows. Oh, because on the new lines, we don't reset the character color, do we? No, we don't. So that's why we have this weird spillage. That's easy to fix. Okay, but we have an object in our game, dude. We have an object actually being rendered. So that's pretty freaking cool, man. That's pretty freaking cool. That's pretty freaking cool. That's already exciting. Our UV doesn't appear to be working correctly though. So let's investigate why that is. So I'm going to hide this once more. And you know what I might do? I might actually print out the UV coordinates like we do in shaders, dude. And see just exactly like what colors are we reading from there. So UV.X, UV.Y, and get a feel for just where we're at. This is going to be a positive and negative value range, is it the way I'm doing it? Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything right now. So let's do, if UV's the -1 to +1 value range, or no, it should be 0 to 1. That is weird, actually. I'm gonna have to investigate how we're calculating the UV value, because it may not be correct. Oh well. Let's see here. Yeah, float to UV. Oh, you know what? Let me check something actually. I wonder if I did the same dumb mistake I did with float 3s, which is I made them use ints instead of floats. Oh, dude, you see this? We have the UV color ranges happening. Oh. Let's go! Which means, if all goes well, I don't think it's actually correct. The color values don't look that right, but I'm seeing something, okay? I'm seeing some variability. But this means that I should be able to comment this out, and we should be getting some texture information. No, we get a segmentation fault. Too good to be true, man. Too good to be true. Oh, man. But this is good. This is good. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So what do? We do, let's check mark. Let's mark here. Let's mark here. Build, run. And it's alive at 0, but it fails here. I'm sorry, what? Did I just search up like a... Oh, I don't even know how I did that. That's kind of cool. It looks like we peaked some definition. So we're getting some value that's incorrect here. I'm assuming we have to do a uint unsigned int, I think, maybe. If not, we have to do like a -1 thing. That's probably what's going on. I got off by 1 thing. If not, you don't know how cool that is, because I like when you're doing shaders, you print out the UV, or you draw the UV coordinates instead of the raw texture color to debug stuff a bunch. And seeing that pop up in our engine is so freaking cool, dude. Let me catch up in chat real quick. My bad. Is it good to see you, Cozy? It's good to see you, TGK. Welcome here. Christopher, as I am new, I'm in my coding journey. This may be a noobish thing to say, but why not include pseudocode? Your code to help you keep track of what's going on so you don't get lost in your code like you was? I don't think I was lost in my code at all, dude. Pseudocode makes sense if you're like on a whiteboard or something, or you're trying to communicate with someone else, but for me it's usually just much more easier just to do the actual code directly. Like the difference between pseudocode and actual code when you're in the terminal and actually writing is very negligible, so you might as well just do the code. Develop physical, artificial, you'll make a lot of money. I'm not really interested in money. You'll become, yeah, but that's not really a thing, because human language is the bottleneck. It doesn't really matter. That's assuming like people know what they want and know how to articulate exactly what they want, but in practice that's not the case. Like, even just look at how people request functions related to randomness, and you're gonna realize, yeah, people don't actually know what they mean when they describe the word random. But yeah, I'm not really interested in the money. I live comfortably where I'm at right now, so I'd rather just work on stuff that's cool to me. So this is therapy. I'm glad to hear that, Moises. 12 seconds earlier, the algorithm showed me one of these streamers that talk like children. Oh my goodness. And all good, Christopher. Yeah, that's my take at least. All right, dude. I'm excited though. This is good news, Mark. Okay. So we did the off by one thing. We ran it. It's still seg faulting. So let's just print out what's going on here and why things are failing. So let's understand what dimensions we're working at. Am I getting negative values? Maybe that's what's happening. I'm getting negative values. So %d, %d, and then our sample chord. It's going to be %d, %d, and then I think we're going to do your UV chord as well, just to be super duper safe. %d. Actually, that's an F. We're using floats. And then we're going to do, we have to print out everything here, don't we? Yeah, we do. With height, we're going to do score X, Y, and then finally uv.x, uv.y, build, task out. Okay, cool. So let's see here. So dimensions are 32 by 32. Our sample chord is 16, negative 16, and negative 16. So that's probably why things are going wrong. And our UV is a negative value as well. So our UV calculation's incorrect. We just kind of hand waved things. Our hand wavy calculation was just actually not correct. So let's actually do this, and we're going to figure it out. Are you at a level where you can build a AAA game by yourself? No man can do a AAA game by yourself, because AAA by definition is an endeavor that's done by a large multitude of people. Like, even the differentiation between like AAA and single A is oftentimes based off of the size of the studio. So I guess by definition I can't do that. The second, and I don't think anyone can do that. The second part of that too is that when you think about AAA, a lot of the stuff that you're thinking about is not just a technical stuff, but also the assets, the visuals, all that stuff. So I may have the technical know-how. Let's assume I have the technical know-how to write everything needed for a AAA game from scratch by myself, right? In a very fast, timely manner. There's still the bottleneck of, okay, but who's going to produce all the art? The meshes, textures, rigging, VFX, who's going to produce all the sound and implementation of that? It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's a lot. Cozy, I'm afraid I have to go now because I'm going to have my breakfast. Oh my goodness, it's morning for you. It was nice meeting you, by the way. Of course, it was a pleasure, Cody Flower. You have a good one. Thanks for watching and hanging out. And hope to see you again. And hope you have a good day. Enjoy your breakfast, man. So, our UV coordinate. We have a hit point somewhere in the box. I have to illustrate this for myself, I think. I'm gonna have to figure out. I have to draw out the math for this to really understand it. So we have some kind of origin somewhere, like right here. Cool. That's an origin, and then we have a box that's defined, and you know, this is an arbitrary position, right? And we can say there's the world origins here, so this is like the coordinate of like 0, 0, right? And this is like the center of the object that we're going to be rendering. And we hit the object somewhere with our array test query, and let's say it's like right here, right? And I need to translate this from just a world space position to instead a value from 0 to 1, where 0 is this corner over here, and 1 is over here. By the way, it's not just 0. I mean a coordinate where both values, x and y, are 0, 0, and this corner is where the values become 1, 1. So x equals 1, y equals 1, and then you can get the other corners based off of that. So this would be like 0, 1, and this would be 1, 0, etc., etc. So what I need to do is first understand where the bottom left position of this object is. That's going to be our reference point. Then we're going to get the delta between the final point versus our reference point here. And then we're going to divide the components based off of the lengths of this. So like, for example, let's say we have, this is our like delta x. Well, we're going to divide this by the length of the entire box, which we could just call it L, the entire length. And that's how the math is going to shake out. How easy. How simple. So let's first get our delta, which is going to be, we have to get the bottom left corner. So we actually have to use our min value. We have to like derive the min value for this. So let's do that. It's going to be equal to, I don't know, candidate center.x minus candidate scale.x, and then min y is going to be the same thing but just in the y coordinates or y components. Beautiful. So we have our min x, min y, and then we can do our delta y or x. We're going to do delta y. Actually, we're not going to do that here. We're going to do it here. We're going to do hit point dot x minus min x. So final minus initial. And then we're going to do something but for y.
Cool, now we have our deltas, and then finally we're gonna have a normalized value, which is just gonna be this denominator here is actually good. We got that. That's how you get scale. Because keep in mind, scale is like the distance from center to like the edge of the box, right? So you have to multiply it by 2 to get the entire length of it. So in our case here, why did I type GDB? We're going to do delta x divided by candidate scale times 2, and this is going to be delta y. Okay, beautiful. Oh, okay. This is something. Okay, so that seems to be correct. I mean, let's get rid of all the debug stuff we have going on here. But I feel pretty confident that this is going to be correct. And are we still returning? No, we should be rendering the whole thing now. But it's still doing the shader. It's just returning red. What? Okay, let's take a look at the... Oh, we're doing -1 as well. Maybe that's... Nope. So what's going on here? Go, thanks. I appreciate the input. All good, dude. All good, dude. And good on you for asking. Don't be scared or prideful or ashamed. I know, like, I kind of the times I've learned the most has been when I kind of like was on the fence, but I kind of swallowed my pride and decided to ask. And usually it's better to ask right away than way later. Let's go on, Nicey Darko. Welcome to the stream, man. Hopefully you're doing well this fine evening. Yeah, I'm wondering why. Let's do this. We're gonna bring this back, build it, run it out, and the normal values, they don't look quite correct. But maybe that's just kind of part of the loot rendering stuff. I don't know. Also, let's fix this issue. I don't like what's going on there. So, session data, instead of doing, no, not session data, we're going to go to main.c and we're going to do some stuff. We're going to do, at the end of our render loop, instead of printing f new line, we're going to do print, we're going to have this print the new line character. And we're going to set it to just be 0. So that we don't have to have the color spillage that's happening right now. Build, task. So now if I move it up, no color spillage. It just renders correctly. Beautiful. You'll love to see it, dude. You'll love to see it. But yeah, the UV's not looking correct. So that's a little bit of an oddity. Thankfully we're not getting the errors, but it's not quite right. So we're gonna do we're gonna do something really, we're gonna do some pro mode stuff here. I want to print out the value, but I also don't want to have the program keep looping and just like printing out a crap ton of stuff at us. So we're going to do this cool little thing called throwing an exception. I imagine C has a proper way of doing this, but we're going to do it in like a fun, terrible way, which is basically like, I want to stop my car. I'm not going to use the brakes though. Instead, I'm just gonna, I don't know, rip out the gears mid-drive or something. I'm gonna pop the hood while the car's in motion and then like rip out components until it stops. And to do this, we're just gonna do this printout here. And then we're gonna do float A equals 1 divided by 0. What could go wrong? What? Wait, what? It gave you problems before. Why is it working? Why is this acceptable? I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure. Was I not getting a divide by 0 exception before? What? Wait, what is? Wait. Did I just? When I want to fail, I can't fail. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna do an array of like size, I don't know, 3. And then we're gonna do A, and then access it with a negative index. That should throw something. I'm sorry, what? Is it getting like optimized because it's not used by anything anywhere? Like, what is going... What is happening? Have float be... Oh, there's another variable called that. Okay, whatever. Dude, what? I'm trying... Okay. Here's one for the books. Let's see. Can I do perhaps this will... Is there no like boundary Dude, that's actually kind of terrifying if it lets me compile that. That's what? So like I can just brother, what? This is I feel very perplexed right now. I'm accessing an array way out of its range and it's fine with it. I did it below its range. It's fine with that. I did a float divided by 0. We're fine with that. Is this just not getting called? Like, what's happening? Oh, is it happening before? No, the exception happens here. That would have happened before, but it's not. What? Where's horizontal stream, dude? Oh, not today. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm testing out because we had multiple streams where stuff bugged out. It's probably like a GPU driver thing, but I'm testing to see if maybe just having 2 streams is not making my machine happy. But yeah, do you ever use Zig for game dev? Nah, just C. I'm happy where I'm at right now with it. Maybe one day I'll try out Zig, but I think I'm gonna wait till Jai comes out and see how that pans out. Dude, I am so perplexed right now. Oh, is it never reaching it? Oh, because we're returning. Oh. Okay. I was like, is everything I know about programming a lie? No, we just never reached the code path. So we couldn't get to that exception. Okay, let's do the divide by 0 thing again. Beautiful. Oh, it didn't print though. It didn't print. Okay. Okay, so everything I know about programming is not a lie, so we're good. But yeah, this is it's not letting me write to, oh my goodness. It's not letting me write to main out, which is not good. Maybe if I do it here. Dang it. Okay, so I can't just do an exception and have it be happy. I'll save the ankle breaking for, no, we'll just do it here. We'll just do it at the end of the loop. So it only does one cycle. Cool. And, oh my goodness. It's also not doing a new line, is it? Yeah, we should probably make it do a new line. Okay, and we go up. Sample chord. Dimensions 32 by 32. Sample chord is 16. UV is 0.5. It's always 0.5. Okay, it's a casting thing. It's a casting error. It's some willy-nilly casting stuff with the way I'm handling the math for raycast. Let me calculate the UV. So let me find where exactly. I'm assuming that's what's happening. Here we go. Candidate scale center. These are all floats, so there shouldn't be anything going on there. Maybe I should do this. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is making it be treated as a integer. Nope, everything's evaluating to that. Scale. Hit point dot x. Let me do that divided by this. I mean, let me try. Just to be safe, just make everything floats. But I don't think this is the case. Okay, let me go to float 2 real quick. I'm pretty sure I saved my changes, but you never know. Oh, we have increment functions too. Oh, whatever. That's fine. We're using %d. No. F. Yeah, it's always consistently this. That's strange. Are we not maybe our camera array values that we're shooting is not correct. Let's take a look. So we do the camera array test. We have X and a Y based off display height. Cool. Huh? Oh, we calculate index. Okay, yeah. So we do X and Y plus camera position X and Y. Yeah, that it should work as well because we're doing yeah.
And we're seeing the correct behavior when we move the camera around, so that's got to be correct. Passing the UV, stop there. Dude. Let me catch up in chat real quick. Do you know assembler? Nah. I haven't done that, down that level. Yeah, I'm still kind of just a poser, dude. It'll be cool though. I think when I do dip my toes, I'm gonna start with just simple, like. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna go down that deep. I think this is the level where I'm content. Maybe look up like certain instructions for AVX stuff, but even then you have intrinsics, so like you don't have to even directly use assembly for that. But still kind of cool. Result, candidate center, X, Y, 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 hit point X, point Y. Yeah, I'm wondering how this is always evaluating to like 0.5. That's what I'm not quite understanding. And that's what I find odd. We're using hit point. So maybe I shouldn't be using hit point, but rather I should be using I don't know. Actually, maybe I should be using hit point. What is hit point equal to? Position X, Y. Yeah. This is totally acceptable. These are totally acceptable values. And UV is always 0.5 every single time. So I want to see what is going on with the math here and why things are evaluated to the same values consistently. So let's do this. We're going to do %F for all this. So it's going to be min delta and then the final UV. Okay, you crash. So min is -15. Delta is 16. So it implies that the thing that's always center is hit point for whatever reason. Instead of using, because it's using object position instead of the, it's instead of using the camera position. Oh, okay. There we go. That's an easy fix. Oh, yeah. And I build, task out. Oh, do you see what I see? Oh my goodness. I'm excited. Dude. I'm ecstatic, dude. I am so freaking excited. This is so good, dude. Let's get rid of our throwing exception thing that's happening over here. Let's go to get rid of our debug printing stuff.
that we have going on here. Don't need that anymore. And then let's go to our dimension, debug, whatever. Yeah, don't need that anymore. Don't need these anymore. I'm actually going to keep them because it might be kind of fun to do stuff. But look at this. Oh, wait. Are we still seg faulting? Why are we seg faulting? I thought I got rid of the thing from main. Did I not? Oh, okay. Look at it. Look at it, dude. We have our rendering happening in the terminal. Zero graphics API. All software rendered. Using our like a shader architecture, but like we're shooting rays in the camera. We have to flip the sprite around, but this is so cool. Oh my goodness. So let's try something too. I'm gonna do something here. So I'm gonna make, right now this is exactly, the object size is exactly the size of the sprite. But if we make it smaller, it's gonna handle that and still display it correctly. Like not perfectly, but because it's half resolution. But yeah, look at that. It's still. Oh my goodness, dude. Which means, okay, and then the last thing I want to do is we're going to increase at least the horizontal resolution much more. So we're going to get, instead of 2 spaces, we're going to do like 1 space. Okay, cool. Which means that I have to modify the camera ratio to handle that, which is simple. It just means that we set like, dude, I'm so excited. This is so freaking cool, dude. Should be GPU accelerated and optimized. I don't want to, dude. I have other game engines I've written that are GPU accelerated and are using normal shader architectures and all that stuff. I have the capability to do that. The goal isn't to do that. The goal is to have something that's completely software rendered, doesn't rely on any graphics API for rendering, and gives me kind of control to swap out how it's rendered. Yo man, love your stuff. Do you have any words of wisdom for CS field and career path advice? Nothing. There's nothing I can say that's like a key. And I think anything I'd say would be something you might be already doing, right? Which is just be curious, have goals, work to them. Don't think you're too dumb to try something. I think it's very important to be really optimistic about what you can do. It's better to shoot for the stars and fail, because at least you're going to go further than where you would have planned initially, right? And I think had I had that ambition earlier on, I would be much further than where I've gone. Not that I'm complaining with where I'm at, but like, I think I would have explored and learned way more things had I had that mindset early on, instead of thinking that I'm too dumb to try doing some things. So, I think that's the words of encouragement I can provide. Yeah, I think it's less wisdom and much more just encouragement. And especially with software, like, this is the place where you can fail with the least amount of consequence, at least while you're doing your own stuff. So, like, out of all the other fields, I think this is a place where you can really do that. If you're doing, like, traditional art, failure means it costs some materials, which, you know, you might be able to afford or maybe not afford, right? Woodworking. Failure in that costs you a good chunk of wood. And maybe tools and some time to prepare them and whatever. You get the idea. Software, the cost is time. But that's about it, right? And maybe your electricity bill. But, like, I think most people are going to spend the same amount of wattage doing other stuff, playing games or whatever.
Dude, I'm so excited. I can't get over my excitement for this. I need to change how we do the sampling, though. Because I want to flip the Y. The Y is not correct. The Y is not correct. That's like okay. So you have to do this 1.0f minus, and now it's going to be in the correct orientation. And let's have the actual pixels be, let's have the camera now actually be properly. Actually, let's save first of all. Let's commit our progress. Let's go. Dude, I'm so freaking excited by this. This is so cool. Like, I can't even... You don't even know, dude, how freaking excited this is making me. And... what else we have going on here? Right, we're going to do the camera pixel size stuff, so we have to adjust the rays based off of... So all the rays we're shooting, we have to make them be adjusted based off of that. So there's going to be a coefficient we apply to them for camera, for the X. I mean, we can hard code it, honestly, but like, we can turn this into a float, I think. And I think this would have to be like times 0.05. Okay, cool. And now, oh my goodness. So now we have better clarity on the horizontal axis versus the y-axis. So we almost get like the, we get a ton more resolution from this. Oh, brother, you don't even know, man. You don't even know. I'm so ecstatic. The y has to be negative. I guess the y is negative and down is positive. It's kind of like how GameMaker does it, the coordinate system too. Yeah, it gets a little wonky, but this is so cool, dude. And this is so freaking cool. You don't even know how happy I am right now. So we have to make some shaders. That's the thing we need to do. Some different shader variants. So simple stuff like, I want to have animations happening. That needs to happen. Because we're doing the coordinate system the way we're doing it, I can actually, I think I can just yoink my shader from my other project and just toss it in here and it would work. So that's cool. I don't think it's going to be that much work to make that happen. Also, I'm going to start making some simple functions for like sampling. I'm going to make a simple sample function, right? It's going to take a bitmap image pointer and then, I don't know, float to chord. And it's just going to sample the image. I'm not sure I want to have this whole float
conversion stuff happen. I think we might just straight up just operate at 255, but I don't know. Dude, you don't even know, man. I'm so freaking happy. Like I just want to play around with this, dude. That's all I want to do is just. Let me expand the screen resolution a little bit too while we're at it. Now that we have that additional res. What do we have? What do we have here? Where do I set the camera? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we can do like double this now. Like 80 characters at least. Yeah. So we're still working at a very low res here, but I think this is way more workable than I would have imagined. But yeah, it's like still, we can't use like a 32 by 32 bit character for like a top-down RPG. I think we'd have to do like 16 by 16 and still deal with some loss of information. No, this is a 16 by 16, so like an 8 by 8. That's super tiny. But oh, dude, I just want to throw a bunch of objects now into the scene and see how they look. Like we have a bunch of sprites we can just throw in here. Let me see how bad this scales as well. The more we make it smaller, so let's do like yeah, let's do 4x4. She looks rough. She's seen better days. She's seen better days. Oh, brother. Let's see. So let's bring it back to original scale. But now we have this double precision on the horizontal component. So up and down has to go like an entire line. But we actually can have like half values for horizontal pixels. So we can do cool shader effects with this. So like, let's like exemplify some of this. Because now we can do, for example, I can go in here and instead of using uv.x and times width or whatever, we can do like uvx times sine do I have a time thing here? I think I do. It might be here. I might have to make it a global thing. For, yeah, double elapsed time. Oh, this is so cool because I don't have to keep... Usually you have to bounce this information into the shader program from the CPU to the GPU. But now I could, like, my shader has access to anything I want in the application without having to have this whole boundary layer. Which is super cool. Elapsed. How do I spell that? Elapsed time. Undeclared first use. No. Oh, because it's This is a... I moved it to a scope before the declaration. Yeah, I have to move this way up here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I have to make this also be... If I'm going to use sign... I can actually do on the final stuff plus sign times, I don't know, we can do 100 or something. Huh. I'm not seeing the oscillation. Are we updating time? Oh, it's a elapsed time per frame. Hey, we're gonna do this instead. I'm gonna just go into a simpler solution here. And then every single frame we're just going to increment this. Oh, we have a variable called time as well. Maybe I could just use that. Let me see before I do anything else here. Oh, I can't make that a public thing. There's already something called time. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna go with our counter thing. So you have a long S frame count, and then every single frame at the very end will do the increment. Here. And then we can do like times some kind of speed or something. Let's see if this works. Oh, whoops, I still have this. Hey, look at that. So we have like a shader effect happening now. And then I can do like I can have it be use X, UVX as or UVY as input as well. So you can do like, I don't know, the result of this plus UVY. You see this? Oh, dude, this is like, wait, that's crazy. It's like I'm doing, it's like I'm doing shader stuff, but purely the CPU, purely in a terminal with no G. Dude, like this is so freaking cool, man. Like this is so cool, man. Oh man. Bonnie Pink, yeah. Dude, this is so cool. Let me actually just comment this out because it's actually just kind of cool to exemplify what we're doing here. Like, we don't need all this other stuff here, but now if I ever want to be really cool, I can just do the hot reloading thing, but that's fine. This works good too. This is so cool, dude. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. I'm just not. I wasn't expecting this to work as good as I was intending it. Brother. Okay, so we have this working. So now the question's gonna be. There's different things we need to do, but we have to have. I want to have a system for handling textures. We need to break up stuff first of all. There's some things that just need to be broken up here. This is getting too wild to maintain as is. So I think we're gonna have like a camera module. Or like a shader, I don't know, like the ray test stuff or object stuff, I don't know. Yeah, there's stuff for like a color buffer, raycast. Kind of an important function to have here. Patch it up and save it for a future project. Well, this is the project, but we have it in. I have it committed onto my repo, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, this is super cool, dude. I'm happy. What's this for? Just I want to make a game eventually. There's a game idea I have, and I really wanted to try making it just like a I want to try making. There's a few games I have, and I'm debating which one I want to use for this. But I know for a fact I wanted to make a game that's like completely software rendered and uses and prints only to a terminal, but still has like a shader architecture. So that's what we've implemented so far, and if I were to demo it real quick, this is how this looks. But you can just change the shader program, and you can have effects, like easy effects like this that it's easy to do on like HLS shaders or whatever. So yeah, so this works, and now I need to start thinking about some other things that are kind of important infrastructure before I start making a level editor for this game. And one of the things I want to have is like something that simply manages like the textures that are going to be accessed and actually like loads them up on runtime. This is like a very separate module, so I think I'm good to just make a like a module or something. Yeah, I think we'll just do a simple textures.h. And then all the assets we want to have, we'll just put it in there, so I can just like use the enum to find the asset I want to use. In a previous engine idea I worked on, I had like a Python script that generated a C class or C++ class that had like all the different strings for the asset from the data file. So I can like use IntelliSense to just select a texture, but I think I'm going to be very conscientious about the actual file, so I think I'm just going to have like a a big table with the BMPs and enum to select which one I want to have, and that'll be like the simplest way of going about it. But yeah, dude, it's like, yeah. Okay, I think we're good with this file, so I'm gonna close it. We're good here as well. I'm gonna be doing stuff with shaders for a while. Textures. Yeah, this whole thing, this whole texture caching thing is gonna just be in its own file. I also want to have a thing for animators, so we can have easy sprite animations. I think that's what we're gonna do. That's just what we're gonna do. So this is gonna be like the Luna sprite. Yeah, it's gonna be after this. Actually, you have to have this defined already. Oh yeah, it's gonna be part of. Okay, yeah, I know what we're gonna do with this. I think I know what we're gonna do with this. So this has to be defined before. Okay. Oh, so there's like kind of no point, because I still, the way I'm doing my build system is there's no build system, and I'm doing like a really jank kind of glob build or Unity build or whatever you call it. So order for things actually matters very importantly, meaning that for where we have all these static sessions, data's kind of defined. Unless I make it like a self-contained thing. Like I could very much just do this, define S textures as did I actually even do that? Yeah, I do. And then have like a function for but there's some things I might want to do too. I don't know. I want to bind information. Where are we at? Yeah, like I might want to cache some information too. So I might make my own specific like data type, or maybe we'll just keep doing what we have, where we have like the actual textures, and then we can get like widths, height. I don't think this is as important to be super cache coherent, but I don't know. Maybe I'll still do it anyways. Because we're already doing this for a bunch of the projects, so I might as well just stay with the idea we have going on here. What's going on, Brano? Yeah, that was a while ago, but sorry, but hopefully that answers your question, XD. Oh, whoa. Yeah. SBMP. Cool. So far, this makes sense to me. So the only means that every time I add textures, I need to like input them here manually, but that's fine. I can always like make a script to generate this code for me automatically, but I think it'd be fine. And then we could do like a type def of like for texture reference or something.
The thing I'm debating is, do I want to add functions, or do I just say, hey, I'm going to always be cognizant of these, wrong file here. But yeah, am I just going to be cognizant of the static data we've allocated and just always know to reference the static container or the static variable, or like, you're still going to have to pay the price of memorizing something. So it's either you're going to use a function that you don't know the signature of, or the data structure, which you kind of have a better idea of what's in the underlying thing. I think we're just going to do it this way. I might even add additional information here, but I don't know, we'll see. Yes, it does. Good luck with your projects. Thank you. And good luck in your endeavors as well. Yeah. I am super excited about this. So we have, so this is going to be pretty straightforward, I think. And yeah, this module is going to be what defines its own thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do for each one of these, like, each one of these guys here, these static data that's representing session data. I'm going to probably break them into their own individual, like, file. So the object's going to be its own thing. The color buffer, its own thing. All the display stuff is going to be its own thing. That's what I'm thinking. And on top of this, we'll do, like, I don't know. Hashtag include. Okay, cool, so it runs. Okay, cool. So let's actually utilize this new function. So we're not going to load this anymore. No, 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 no. Bad, 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 bad. Instead, we're going to do textures build, or textures underscore build, which I believe should be, yep, the correct function. And instead of loading the stuff, instead we're going to do, for the image here, we're just going to do do I actually like that? That seems very redundant. Textures, I don't know, image, or text, something's, I don't know what I want to do actually, because this feels very like redundant to be like textures and then texture, or textures image dot image, or I think like maybe BMP might be, but BMP is very specific, and I might want to abstract this to be more image file type agnostic, but I don't know. We'll see when we cross that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So maybe I'll just do image. And I think we're going to always describe it in the plural. I don't know. Yeah, I think I should just describe things in the plural, because that's what they are. And then it could be like, we have an e default enum, I think we made. Yeah, e. This might share other values. I don't know. We're not going to just do 0 though, and supply the pointer that way. And actually, it's not just going to be, oh, it is an array of BMP pointers. Okay, and now things are not happy.
Why are we not happy? It's unhappy at 84. Oh, with build buffer? Yeah, we're not using the buffer class anymore, or struct. So we're good. Yeah, we're not even using that. Oh my goodness. Core dump. Do you know about function pointers? Do you use them? I am using them. That's how I'm doing the shader architecture. The whole shader, it really is just like a function pointer. Or actually, so we have like this function definition for what a fragment function is and the signature of it. So a fragment function is just something right now that just takes in a UV and then a void pointer to the data, the uniform data for the shader. And then the object contains a function pointer to whatever shader is going to produce the final color value for when the camera array hits it. So yeah, we're using it here. I've done it for other things. I've used it for like undo, redo stuff in the other ribbon done project. So each command is just contains like function pointers for the do and undo function. It's cool. It's very rad. And a very powerful tool in your tool belt. So where's segfaulting? Let's go to GDB. And we're segfaulting at get width. Cool. And we're doing that probably in the shader. That's most likely where it's happening, actually. Interesting. It's weird that that would be happening. I want to see what the stack, like what color function is producing the seg fault. I mean, I guess the simplest thing we can do is just do the whole marking thing we did before. So like, yeah, I'm assuming this is like the only place in the application where we're doing this. Oh. Why are we unhappy? Undefined reference. Did I get rid of that function from here? No, mark is still here. So why are you a liar? So it's, yeah, it's happening there. So it's probably like getting some kind of null pointer or incorrect pointer, let's say. Let's see here. We have, oh, 1 second. I'm defining a new variable. Whoops. I'm kind of dumb. No, we have to do images 0. Actually, no. It'll be s textures dot images 0 equals, and then that. Okay, cool. Mark is happy now. Let's remove Mark from the code once more. He does not like being in the code base. There we go. So now we're using our texture module instead. Do you share codes too? Yes, there's some closed stuff, closed source things I do, but this one's actually open source right now, I guess. It's on Codeberg somewhere. Yeah, at least for right now. Maybe I'll private source it or something. I don't know. It's open in the fact that it's just available for people to look at, but it's not open in the sense that this is a tool you can use and you can, like, I don't know, become dependent on it, because I'm going to be doing plenty of break-in changes and everything. So yeah, if you want to use it as like a thing for learning or understanding what's going on, by all means go for it. But yeah, beyond that, I'd be very wary about it. Sick though, I'm very happy with that. Let's go on Chrono Cipher. Gosh, dude, I love working with this. This is good stuff, dude. Okay, it's 1:47. I want to keep going, dude. I just want to keep going and going and going and going, man. I just asked because I'm totally new. Easing coding since 1 week and found you. Greetings from Germany. Hey, greeting from the US. Hopefully you're doing well. And yeah, Codeberg. That's where I have this code. So if you want to take a look at how I'm doing this stuff, by all means, go there. Or at least poking around with it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really documented this at all because I'm writing it as we speak, but I don't know, there's some stuff here. Some simple things. It's pretty cool. I really want to try this on a weak laptop and see how it works. Like, how bad does it perform? Since we're not doing any software or not hardware acceleration. But whatever. The next thing I want to do, honestly, there's a lot of build steps that are happening here for this application. So I think I'm going to make like a general init function for this, so we can simplify this a lot more. And we're going to start thinking about how we're going to make our level editor for this. I'm thinking about the application loop too. So I want to have an easy way to go from like playing the game to editing a level and then playing the game, right? I want that to be very easy. I also want to think about like state as well. So being able to go to any state of the game, any given point. But that's not that crazy, honestly. It's much more just code massaging and architecting. I know it might be annoying, but can you make a simple recap on what you're doing currently and using? Yeah, we're at the end of the stream, so it's actually probably a great way to talk about this. So I'm working on making an Ascii rendering game engine in C. Simple, pure C, with very minimal dependencies. I think right now I only have like two main ones, which is just CBMP, and I'm going to eventually use Mini Audio for doing sound. This is different than regular game engines that you might see, because they typically are using... They're usually going to be interacting with a graphics API at some level, and that's how they're doing rendering. But for us here, we're not actually doing that. This is all happening just on the CPU,
and we're rendering not to like a render target, but actually we're just outputting ASCII characters from a terminal. That's all we're doing. So when we do, when I do this is not like geometry that's being like tessellated and then, you know, processed by the vert and then has a fragment shader running. Like, this is just ASCII characters, right? They can like select and copy and do whatever. I mean, this is space, but we can actually use ASCII characters if we want to. So this is a terminal-based application. No graphics API, just outputting characters. But we're not just doing a normal 2D thing. I've implemented a rendering pipeline that has the camera shoot rays. You can think about it like the camera is testing rays and finding which object it hits in the world, and then based off of the object it hits, it actually runs a fragment shader, which means that we can do really cool stuff that I usually do in shaders that, you know, you wouldn't have thought been. It's something you wouldn't think about when you do like a normal 2D rendering thing. So like, I can comment out this little snippet, and all of a sudden, if I do build and task out, we have this cool like little UV manipulation effect, which is pretty rad. And you can do a variety of different things. Like, I know something that I do. Everyone who does any kind of graphics programming will have seen this. You can just output like the UV coordinates for the object you're rendering. So build it, task out, and now look at that. We have the the UV map for this object. So yeah, it's pretty weird but cool seeing this stuff I typically do in like HLSL and Unity in this like C application. So it's a lot of fun. It's also cool because like there's a lot of friction that happens from passing data from the CPU to the GPU. But because this is all on the CPU, my shader fragment function has access to all the data that I have in the application. So, you know, it makes things a lot easier and you can do much more with it. So it's pretty cool. And like, I mean, right now it's not very clear that it's ASCII. We can do a simple modification to make it very clear that we're doing this with ASCII characters. So I can, for example, let's see here, I can replace this character with, instead of a space, a 0. And then I think, let me find the file where we do the output stuff. I think it's within the buffer utilities, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, build buffer, clean buffer, write to buffer, draw character. No. One second, let me find this. There's a function here. Is this the only place that happens? Okay, so it's not in this file. What file do we have this in? Color.h, application, text object, math utilities, terminal utilities. Where do I have this? Is this in terminal utilities? Oh, right here. Yeah. Okay, I think it's just 38. And if I run it, yeah, look at this. So now this is actually just normal. Like we unveil it, and now you actually see that under the hood is actually just text characters. And yeah, you can do much more than that. Just that too. I can like bring back the thing I did before, where when you draw the character, we actually do like some math and find an ideal. Let's do something real quick. 1 second, guys.
char values. Actually, char array. And it's going to be 0 equals star, and then this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. And then we have the color here, so we can do char c equals, I don't know, color dot. Do I have a max function? Yeah, I do have a max function. Perfect. One sec. Hopefully this is quick. If not, GG's, but I think this should be quick. So max color dot R, color dot G, color dot B, divided by 5, and then we just, instead of doing this, we do values C. I think that should work. Okay, I guess it doesn't. And I think there's a segmentation fault because this is actually not 5, this is like 6. So it'd actually be divided by 6, I believe. No, still core dumping. Are we accessing? Okay, 1 second. Let's see what's going on here. I can feel it though. I think we're close to this. Color RGB isn't 255, right? So I think I have to do divided by 255, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. If not, we'll just. Yeah, core dumping. This is a big bug we had to deal with last time too. Something about the way I do things here is a little bit odd. No, but color is normalized, so we actually don't have to do this division. That's why you have to multiply by 255 over here. Yeah, okay, so we're good on that front. And then we do the final cast to int. Huh. Strange. Oh, I guess you might not be able to show it today. Oh, times 6. Yeah, because it's supposed to be a normalized value. Times 5 instead. Dude, I can't not get a seg fault. Okay, this supposedly fast demonstration is quickly becoming not fast. You get the idea though. It's gonna drive me a little nuts now. Values. Char values. We're doing max. Like ultimately there should be a value between 1 and 0. That's the thing. I should have left the thing commented out instead of deleting it. Yeah, because now I'm trying to index into it, but it's not. It's not happy, Bob. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the bug that was like to be encountered, or the solution to that bug, because this was the bug that we were dealing with last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Alright, it has to be characters, right? Yeah, it's strange. That is strange. How this is working. Because this should ultimately produce a value between 0 and 1. And it's a float. And even then, like, this would only throw if it was like a negative value. Let me see what's being returned here. Percent. Oh, int. Or D. Oh, right, and it's not gonna... it's not gonna do the thing. Let me... turn this, and then actually leave that, and we could just return. Yeah, value 0, so that should be fine, actually. Oh, because it's supposed to be a string, not a... Yeah. Okay, I get it now. I understand why this is being not happy. Yeah, okay. That's a simple fix. And that's just gonna be... C, and it has to be a null terminating character, I believe. Oh, my cursor is gone. Oh no. Okay, values. Is not an integer. What? Oh, right. Also, this is not right. It should be values. There you go. So you can see how now we're actually doing the different ASCII characters based off of color intensity. Just to really illustrate the fact that this is indeed ASCII that's being rendered. Yep. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Yeah. Don't like the result as much as like having this straight what we had before, but hey, for convenience, we'll keep this commented out for right now. And we can change this back to like what it was before, which was, I believe, a single space. And I believe this we change it to 48 to render background. I should really specify like print color char color. I don't know. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do there. Yeah, look at that. Oh, dude. Yeah, we still have a. Okay, now I have it back. Cool. Dude. Yeah, wicked progress. Wicked progress. Very happy, dude. Very, very happy. But anyways, I need to go to sleep because I have church in the morning. And, yeah. But I'm really excited with this. I can't wait to figure out which game I want to make with this and how it's going to translate well. And I'm still debating how we're going to do, like, how the resolution's going to work. So I'm going to try this out on my laptop because most people are not using a CRT as I am using. They're using a higher resolution device. And I guess we can do a test real quick. Let me open up my Western config and lower the resolution to kind of mimic what a higher resolution monitor would look like. And yeah, and we can run this application again there to get a better feel of like how big does this actually look and how much real estate do we have to work with in game. Okay, let me turn off the dumb not dumb, but like let me turn off the shader effect, the UV oscillation, just so we can actually visibly see things correctly. And I'm gonna try a few different setups too, like one with the actual normal texture resolution, but then also scale the transform of the object down a bit, just to see how the half resolution looks. Oh, we can make the render area bigger too. But yeah, the 32 by 32 pixel takes up a significant portion of the screen. If we go half on it and make it 8, yeah, we definitely lose fidelity on the character. But it kind of makes it a little bit more feasible to actually have something going on screen. Though I think we'd have to do like a turn-based RPG because anything that's very reaction heavy is not going to work with the way I'm handling input from the terminal. Now we really want to try to limit how many third-party plugins I'm using or libraries I'm using for this game. So yeah, I want to keep using my terminal input handling stuff. Mr. Real Man, if I want to start coding, where's a good place to start? Just start, I don't know, start with C, dude. Start learning the basic stuff like what a data type is, what loops are, what if statements are, things like that. And set a goal for yourself. I think it's good to learn the fundamentals there, but then if you have an idea of what you want to do, like maybe make games or, I don't know, something, then, you know, jump to an engine and start learn how to use that. But I think it's important to learn, like, the fundamentals of just some basic low-level stuff. Yeah, can I see a game? Yeah, like how low res could we go before this character is just absolutely done? This is still a smaller resolution. I bet if I put this onto like my let me put it onto my second monitor real quick and move this onto its own like workstation. You know, actually this is actually possible. You can't see it on the camera, but this actually seems very plausible at this text resolution. I think I could totally make a RPG It'd have to be like an 8x8 resolution or something. Or actually I'd have to use like uneven pixel resolutions. But yeah, I think this is totally doable. Which is actually kind of exciting. Oh yeah, possibilities are coming to mind, dude. Possibilities are coming to mind. Okay. Sweet. So let's close the application here. Let me return my terminal back to a reasonable resolution for me to work at. I'm going to commit my changes. And sweet, I think we're good to call it a night. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure to show you the process, and hopefully you get something from it too. Even if it's just a couple Z's as you fall asleep to the stream. As always, guys, God bless. And until next time, stay cozy. Bye-bye.